Welcome back. Some historic content now. Arena just crashed in that first game, so I'm going to just start the video over again. It didn't let me sideboard, so we're on the floor of Diamond anyways. So this is one of my pet decks. I love Phyrexian Obliterator decks in Historic. Built around the card here. Whenever it's dealt damage, you're that controller who sacrifices that many permanents. So if they attack into it, they deal 3 damage. They have to sack 3 permanents. Same as if it gets Justice Striked, it deals damage to itself. So you sacrifice 5 permanents. But I got to Mythic Top 1200 last month with a combination of this Orzhov version and the Rakdos version I have. So I've been kind of fine-tuning this one here, but basically kill everything, eliminate Grasp of Darkness, Oath of Kaya, Mortify, Murderous Rider, Massacre Worm to kind of sweep things up, Kaya's Wrath, Vraska's Contempt, Chupacabra, bunch of things to kill stuff. Mastermind's Tomes, card advantage, card filtering, which has been really good. And then Kaya to attack graveyards, gain you life. Obliterator closes out the game most of the time. Conquer's Death is removal and recursion. I'm testing out one of them, Burial Rites. Works out nice with Liliana to ditch these things. And then mana base wise, 25 lands, 24 of which tap for black mana. The exception being Arch of Orzhov, another way to draw cards. And then I'm just playing all my white sources come in on duels as well. The sideboard, Soul Guide Lantern versus graveyard-based decks, Adonto Vanguard versus control decks. Bring it in, kind of attack them at a quicker angle. Devout Decree versus red-black decks, Agonizing Remorse control combo, Dispark against bigger stuff, Cry against aggro, Necromentia against combo decks. Nexus is like the hardest matchup, and then like dedicated heavy counterspell-based decks. It's very good against Gruul. I'm 2-0 with this list, but I was something like 8 or 9-0 with the Rakdos version. So I'm just kind of playing around with the colors. The general shell stays the same. It's a base black deck. You're usually just splashing in another color. I may want to try out a Dimir version with the new Teferi. This hand's more than reasonable. 3 lands. If it's an aggressive deck, I have Eliminate. If it's not an aggressive deck, I have the Mastermind's Tome. Okay, so this is combo. So this is Kethis combo, so you usually want to get rid of the Militant, or the Diligent Excavators. So Lazov can copy next turn, but I have the board wipe ready. So if they just go Kethis here, it's not too bad. Actually, I haven't played the Kethis combo with this. For those of you who are just tuning in earlier against the Jeskai matchup, Arena crashed, and by the time I got it back loaded, I'd missed my sideboarding, and our main board's not really that great against the deck, so... What do they have? Just Excavator? That seems fine. Usually you want to keep Lazov or Diligent an Excavator off the battlefield early. I'll probably Scry depending on what they play out. Okay, so another Lazov. The thing is, like with Liliana right now, I don't have too much in the graveyard. Kaya would be very good here. I think we scry here. So they have Kethis, so they're going to copy Kethis. Another Liliana's not that great. So that puts a second card into the graveyard. I get Liliana. Because I'm worried they just Teferi, do that. I think we just need to do this. It's not ideal. We're like just 1-for-1-ing here. But then this goes in the graveyard, so this gives me -3 afterwards. keep that. I think we do this.
Run now, and I might spare your life.
The reason being is they might have the sweeper that exiles
Sorry.
all non-legendary permanents. I forgot its name. So this way Liliana stays. And then this also doesn't get bounced by Teferi.
You think too much.
Okay. So now we just kind of play it out like this. I'm just going to try to go for the Liliana ultimate. And then we get to play stuff out of their graveyard. They are a land short of escaping Uro here. So I can draw a card on end step, ultimate Liliana. They go to Shar. They have another Mox Amber. I think they can loop through. They can also hit Liliana here.
Rude.
Uro, not too worried about this because the card they draw, we're going to make them discard. And then I have the board wipe here. So I'll attack in with Obliterator and then force the discard. They will get to Uro back afterwards. This conquers death. So let's attack in, get in the 5 points of damage. I'm a little concerned. This deck can combo out of nowhere. So there's always that kind of background thought. Second Uro, so let's wipe the board here. They can Uro back. I have this Conquer's Death for the Uro, which is nice. And then Conquer's Death gets back my Obliterator. Do have access to the mana. Actually, you don't see too much of this deck on the ladder anymore. It's a very difficult deck to play, Kethis combo. Vikita, thanks for the follow. So with that, it's also expensive to build, and it usually loses to Graveyard Hate. That's fine. Them having the second one's a little annoying. Top.
I'm no fight. Trust me, I have a plan.
You know what I should have done there? I should have minused Liliana. still think we just do this. Like, we lose our Obliterator, but it puts some damage on them.
About your plans.
Appreciate it. Sideboard, we get, like, graveyard removal. Okay, so I think they win now. This copies to Shar, Teferi bounces this, and they could kind of loop through. Yeah, I screwed that up. I should have minus this on the Uro, exiled the Teferi so they didn't get the loop going. Did they hit another? So they play Emery. If they miss on an Amber, because they're out of mana now. Oh no, they hit the Amber. Because next turn they put the tax on them. So now they have 2 Ambers. So basically what they do is they'll loop through their deck with 2 Mox Ambers, and then they win the game there. So this is obviously Soul Guide Lantern matchup. Devote Decree's fine, and Agonizing Remorse can get rid of combo pieces. Also Necromentia is something we want. So get rid of the big stuff. Trim an Obliterator. Othakai is fine. What else? 6 cards to cut. Kaya's good. Murderous Rider's fine. Maybe no to Devote Decree. Trim Obliterator. Conqueror's Death hits most of the stuff. Might just be Mastermind's Tome. And then 1 Kaya's Wrath. I think it's important to be able to 1-for-1 them a lot. So usually with the Necromentia, we'll want to name Kethis first. Actually, it might just name Mox Amber. That seems fine. Kill something early. Kaya's Wrath the rest. Liliana start attacking. So Necromentia for Mox Amber lets me prevent them from being able to do the loop. They get zombies from this. Okay. Let's see what they brought in. So they have the Jace as the alternate win con. So they have 2 Jaces. That's fine. I have Kaya's Wrath next turn, if needed.
Stand by and watch.
So this turn, let's just do this, get rid of this. And then next turn I could Conqueror's Death if I want. I don't think we're on the Liliana plan yet. I think Conqueror's Death is reasonable against a fairy. Especially if they're just upticking here.
Now what?
I wouldn't mind a castle or arch to draw some cards. You know what, I forgot to check if they still had arrows in their deck. I assume they do, but...
Dueling you will be excellent. I know I noted this somewhere.
Okay, so they have Jace. Just trying to go with the card advantage off Jace. Chupacabra is actually decent. Do I want that? No. So, only one card in the library. In the graveyard. Cutting the Soul Guides maybe was wrong. Or the Mastermind's Tome.
Seek and find.
Or you know what I should have done? I'm an idiot. I should have Liliana plussed and then discarded the Chupacabra. And then I got it back. And then it could have fought something because now they Uro here. And I'm kind of forced. They can get Uro back every turn with Tamio. And then just eventually win through Jace. Okay, that's a good draw. I put 3 cards in the graveyard. Yeah, I think we just do this. They're gonna try to self-mill themselves with Tamio. I need to
The library.
need to start attacking their hands. I think I played this wrong again though. The Mox Amber was the right call. Okay, so they played out Jace. Which if I draw Conquer's Death, Vraska's Contempt all works out. Or Murderous Rider. So we do have some options there.
Let's try this.
Especially because they milled the other Jace.
You wish you had a fraction of my
So Tamio prevents the discard from happening. But they take 3 damage.
You think too much.
This will come in handy.
It's actually better for us. Because it makes its minus better. So now this minus can kill an Uro. Looking for, again, like Conquer's Death. Obliterator wouldn't be terrible right now, but I assume they have something like Teferi.
No tails.
Okay, so they just get back another Tamio, they get back another Excavator. So they're opting to mill me. I think we took out the Unburial Rites. Oh, they're gonna do the Teferi, get the card they want, bounce the Wishclaw Talisman.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Yeah, dedicated combo's a little tough.
Oh, your bravery is adorable.
So here, again, just trying to force through some damage to them. It's actually a good draw. Gets rid of 2 Excavators. They are at 9 life, but they do have arrows that could come back at any time, so not out of the woods yet. They also could just win through Jace, so they're kind of getting us on 2 angles. I'm really surprised they didn't just prioritize milling themselves. They could have just won that way. Our deck's not the best against combo. I built a lot of it to deal with creature decks. Like, if this was a more prevalent deck, we'd have Elder Spell, we'd have a bit more in terms of Graveyard Exile. But even here, like, we took out their Mox Ambers. That conquers death. Don't think Mortify does anything. Kill you. Do you.
I really don't care about your plans. Let me aid your
Are they're at 11, so that mills 4, this mills 3 more. Yeah, that brings it back. They just need to cast any historic spell, and then they Jace. Yeah, they got it. So, still redundancy with the deck. I still think the first one, naming Mox Amber, is better because they've shown the Tashar, so Tashar could combo even if they don't have Kethis. If we drew another Necromentia, we would name Kethis and kind of go from there. But let's fire it up. Hopefully run into some Gruuls. The nice thing is we are on Diamond floor, so these losses are all about testing. IRL Robot, thanks for the follow. Really just with the deck, I'm trying to... Most of Historic right now is creature-based combat. So not many people in Historic if we're playing 224 Mythic. To be honest, because we're on Diamond 4, like the lowest, if it's Nexus, I'm not going to play that game. Mana base is a little awkward, but I think we keep... We got good spells. Okay, Llanowar Elf deck. So I can Grasp of Darkness, the Spellbreaker. Hand's very... Like, if we had normal mana, we'd be okay. So I'm probably going... Actually, I can't even Kaya's Wrath consistently, so... Let's Grasp this. Do need to draw a land. The one of kind of doing us in here. We have to do this now just because of the effect. This is how my last few days of Magic have been. All the answers, none of the mana. The fact they didn't have a spell there bodes well. Scoos. I think we just Murderous Rider here. They can eat 2 of these in the graveyard. I'll just gain some life here. Opponent is GGing us, so I assume they have Cleave. Nope, just Domri's Ambush. The other play there we could have Mortified, but because we were trying to draw into Kaya's Wrath. So this is a Cry matchup. Devout Decree comes in. I generally don't like to Spark So I'd probably just run it like this. Get rid of the Unburial Rites. Oh, Necromentia should not be in the deck. And probably one tome. Probably 2 tomes. Just to overwhelm them with removal. This matchup's pretty good for us. It's just having multiple tap lands that game and then drawing our one of non-black source. What is up with Magic today? So I can tell you having Obliterator after double removal spell should be good enough. So I'm going to take them off mana here. I think that's a good move because then they can't, if they have the Burning Tree draw, they can't go Burning Tree into a 3-drop. They go Kaya, eat their graveyard, they don't get a chance. I can get Kaya going, then hide behind Obliterator. I think we deal with the board. So let them decide if they want to go with haste or not. Kill this. This is basically what's been happening to me lately. Like, based off our hand, we had 3 lands, and we're never going to draw this 4th land now. Opponent sequencing is odd. Like, are you kidding me? So doing this, because they can cleave next turn with a land. Like, what is this?
I like a good fight. Notice I didn't say fair.
Just gonna eat one.
Am I dematerializing? Huh.
They might have Clothis, but Clothis will eat away at our graveyard. Actually, I should probably eat 2 if they have Scavenging Ooze.
Usually better at dodging.
Holy shit. It's a land. Now we laugh. I think we just do this. I want to hold this for Questing Beast. Hardcast Embercleave. Sure. So they can Questing Beast and do that. Questing Beast, even if they do that, it's not lethal. Just gain some life this way. I don't really want to plus Liliana. So they hit me for 10 here. How Death Touch works is they only deal 1 point of damage. So that's not enough to kill it yet. See if they attack here. I mean, they take... It wipes out most of their board. Now I just Liliana minus. Now I could also start attacking their hand.
You grow weak. We're doing things.
They do have a creature. This one's wrapped up. Once Obliterator comes down, it's pretty much GG. Probably run it the same. Having Rights in hand feels bad. Tome doesn't play to the board early. The Spark really only hits Cleave in that. Let's try Rights in here. After Obliterator dies, we can bring it back, or Chupacabra. I don't think I like Rights in here. Probably gonna cut it. Sounds good. Sounds actually very good if they go like a Burning Tree chain. So here, Othakaya. Opponent played well around that. Really need just some colored mana. Fuck. Well, if they don't have Cleave, we're alive. If they have Cleave, we're dead. Okay, so we buy ourselves a turn. Conquer's Death can hit something. I think I want instant speed removal. Dead to like any haster off the top. Elf is not that haster.
I like a good fight. Notice I didn't say fair. I'll beat that well done. Look to see me.
Okay, so that keeps us alive versus Questing Beast. That's a good draw, that's a good draw. Hit them here.
You beat me this time. Bravo.
Need Obliterator. Grasp is great. can draw a card now if they don't play anything. Sick. Sick!
You beat me this time. Bravo.
I think this one's over. Gruel's easy mode. And Burial Rites has been straight up garbage. I think I want something cheaper to get off. Like, we have these Conqueror's Deaths. So, Masker Worm could come out. I think we want perhaps Noxious Grasp in the side. Could play well. Or if we do that, cut a Tome. And then do maybe Fenlurker. I had this in an earlier version. Where I had the Fenlurkers as ways to... It's either that or... Dusk Legion Zealot. So Fenlurker attacks their hand, where Zealot kind of gives me some card advantage. I think we go Fenlurkers because they attack better when you flood out late game. Okay. So I think what we'll do, let's clone this. Dimir Obliterator. Just seeing. So let's cut the white things. Actually, it's probably easier. Clone the Rakdos version. There's all the black based removal. Dimir Obliterator. So get rid of this, this. So don't need tomes. So let's add in our lands. So Catacombs, Deceit, Grave. Okay, so that should give me 26 lands. Probably one too many now, 25. So let's see what we get with Dimir. So the big thing here, like we get counter spells, so Teferi is very good. This helps us fix our draws. There was a consideration for something like Nexus of Fate for the late game, but probably not. So I probably go, instead of Fenlurker, let's go Thought Erasure. Attack their hand. And then I can go Campaign. Do I have enough Surveil? Probably not. Couple Tyrant Scorns. Ashiok. Hostage Taker. Thief of Sanity's probably really bad in the format right now. Like, it's bad against Gruul stuff. Do, like, Omen of the Sun. Blinka or Brazen Borrower would probably be good. Thinking though, like, we have a lot of ways to loot through our deck. Return. And graveyard. Any creature in any graveyard. Like, there's Connive, whatever that one is called. Five mana, return target creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. I don't think we want the Lilianas in this one. Actually, that's probably just worse than eliminate. Eliminate. And then another Grasp of Darkness. Oops. So 6 discards. Omen, we have 6 removal spells with the Brazen Borers. What I probably want, I don't even think I want Thought Erasure. I do want Vraska's Contempt. And what Planeswalker do we have? Mono blue otherwise. Narset's actually not bad. Run a couple Narset. So Narset hits all this, 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 this. Its static is also... What does this Tezzeret do? We need artifacts to really pay off. Or we just play... I think maybe we try it like this. And then sideboard wise, let's change up this sideboard. So I still think I like Necromentia over Ego. Ego gives him card draw, so maybe we still play Ego. Unmoored Ego. Soul Guide Lantern's still fine. I'd probably do 2 Cries, get rid of the Ritual, or not actually do the split like that. Ritual is good against Gruul. And then probably just a playset of Mystical Dispute. Have another Vraska's Contempt if we want. So, like as a Dimir version, do something like this. I think that's... So like we got the combo decks down, we got the aggressive decks. Do I have enough removal? Not a dedicated board wipe. How many extinction events? 3. Think we do 4 Grasp of Darkness. Probably best. Alright, cool. Let's try this one out. I'll upload it to Arena, or to Aether Hub afterwards. Let's just see how this plays out. I'm wondering though with Teferi if we want something to bring back stuff from the graveyard. Like, do we go Esper? Or you know what? Let's play a Nexus of Fate. It'll prevent me from milling out. Nexus will come out against aggro anyways. Did I switch decks? Yeah. Let's try this out. I've already... So, like, I've done every other color pair now except for Golgari. I want to just wait till Thragtusk comes out, and then I'll build that. That'll likely be the version, potentially Abzan with the Trinome to be able to play the... What is it? The Abzan destroy creature if you pay Abzan destroy anything. Opponent goes first. This is an aggressive deck. We can't Rider till 3. Mythos, thank you. Let's try it. What are the chances opponent is on Song of Creation combo? Ramp. Our deck's probably garbage against Field of the Dead. Okay. Interesting. But, I don't know what we want to bring in necessarily against Fields. Okay, so they're just seeing truths. Interested to see how they kind of abuse this out of the graveyard. They're playing pretty slow. I think this turn we just do this. Because if they have Nisa, I want to be able to kill Nisa. Just exile this. It's one less card in their graveyard. Liliana deck.
Seize the day, my minions.
Actually, I should add Liliana. Liliana's the perfect thing with Teferi,
You think
with the ultimate. Okay, I'm gonna go back and add Liliana into this deck. We'll test things out. With the black-white one, I've played now like 10, 15 games. Rakdos, I played like 30. So the mission briefing, see the truth. Seems pretty sweet. Our Obliterators probably aren't going to do much against Sultai control. So if they escape Uro here, it's actually pretty good for us, because I just Extinction Event it. And I drop the Trinome, and then Nexus of Fate to Time Walk a turn. I'm actually going to hold the Trinome. If we just keep flooding out, I want to have it to cycle. Well, there goes Nexus. Then they play See the Truth here. This turn's probably just going to be Rider and then cycle the Trinome. $31 cards. So they've drawn a lot. I will give them that. I think I still probably Trinome, and then I have the option to Omen of the Sun. It's just more mana efficient this turn. Ashiok. So we see how they win. See what's going on in this hand. Eliminate, Maelstrom, Pulse, Frantic Inventory. So Pulse is more flexible, so let's get rid of that. I want to see if I can hit like another Murderous Rider here. Hostage Taker doesn't do much with this board. So I'm just going to kill this. Actually, I should have taken the Eliminate, because now they get to kill the Murderous Rider here. They can inventory, refill their hand again. Do they just draw like 3 inventories into a row? 21 cards. So if this is the way they close out the game with Ashiok, if we can kill... Okay, so they have a row too. I think the Dimir deck that we put together in under 5 minutes might need some more work. If we're seeing more control decks in the format, we may need to revise how we're building these decks. Not exactly dead, but basically dead. So this matchup here, I want Duresses, Disputes, Guides, Contempt. I don't think we want any of these. The Omens are fine. Narset's fine. Chupacabra's pretty bad. Hostage Taker's pretty bad. Did I only put 3 Obliterators in the deck? Okay, we only have 3 Obliterators. Truman Event. So they're probably going to have Night Pack Ambushers, my guess. Run it like that. I don't think we're really built at all to combat this. They're also going to probably have casualties of war, is my guess. Sounds pretty garbage. I don't think I like this one. White gives you a lot more flexibility. Alright, not crazy about this one. I'll throw it up if you're interested in trying it out, but I think we're going to stick to the more aggressively slanted ones. So whether it be Rakdos or Orzhov. Since we're here, I can demo the Orzhov version. Very similar. A little bit more kind of burn-based damage. We'll run through this one. So you can get a feel for the 3 and then let me know which one you like best. I think the black-white one right now. The red one is probably more grindy with like Croxas, but worse against like aggro. I think we keep this. So this is the matchup we want to see. They are on the play. Which helps them. So I gotta go Tome here. We might still be dead by our 4th turn. Okay, so no play there. No other haster. BTE. It's just like a stomp. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Like, no additional play there. If they have a land, they Chain Whirler us here. I can name even on the event. Fenlurker's a play this turn that lets me block. Also takes a card out of their hand. Scorching Dragonfire. So I take 3 this turn. If they have Cleave, I'm dead. But if they have Cleave, I'm probably dead anyways. I'm just gonna keep scrying with this to gain 4 life. Okay, so they get rid of a land. They can still Cleave here. That bodes well. Another Chupacabra is not bad. Lets me like fight. Yeah, probably that. Oh, no, let's not cycle and die. Our mana base, just this game has been a little awkward, having the double temples into every 4-drop in our deck. Okay, BTE. It's actually pretty good because if we'll survive this, most likely. So it's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll go to 1 here. Afterwards. So we're dead to any haste creature. Let's do this now. So we gain 4 life. Do I want this? Probably. So the Rakdos version doesn't gain life that well. So it puts us at a bit of a disadvantage. So I'm doing this now, it kind of stonewalls attacks. So killing this, just pass turn. Probably going to drop the Murderous Rider down just as a creature to gain some life. But we might have been able to stabilize there on 2. Don't think Liliana does enough here. I don't want to kill anything because then I'm dead to any like lightning bolt style effect. Because even if they Embercleave here, I can block in a way that I'm still alive. Scorching Dragonfire there is great. Let's try to get them dead now. So sideboard, like I bring Cryocarnarium in. I think I have a couple other pieces of removal. Okay, that's fine. So we're not gaining the life, but I have him on a 4-turn clock. Really 2 turns. Yeah, sick. Got down to 2 and I was able to take them out. So Cry comes in, Ritual comes in, Contempts come in. Liliana comes out. Kroxas come out. Yeah, usually cut some number of Kroxas just because they don't play to the board. Keep it like that. This version only plays 3 Obliterators because you play the 3 Kroxas as well, and the Angrats. The white version doesn't have as much top end in terms of walkers. Don't love this hand, but I think we keep. We're naturally at a... They let us play first? What kind of mono red deck lets us play first? So I'm doing this to set up my draws. We want lands here. I don't think opponent's playing mono red, right? The devil's actually decent. We'll keep that. Because now I get to do this. This obviously dies if they have Chain Whirler, but that's fine. Try to find land. You got Whirly Boy? That's fine. If you're gonna Bone Crusher. So, want to find a land here. Perfect. So if they go Frenzy here, I don't think they usually play Annex. I think we just take the damage here. 2's not that much. I can always contempt it if needed. Sure. Weird turn from them. Oh, their hands just all burn. So again, just doing this to gain the life. We don't really have a need for double red. Just get this going. We can take a hit here. I can draw a card, yeah, especially if it's that. I think I want to try to find Obliterator. Just pass the turn. So we take 2 damage, but we can also gain 2. I might take... do we take the 4? Probably not. Let's just do this. Ah, shit. Oops. Meant to scry on upkeep. So they brought in lava coils against us. So I'm gonna wait. So they have Frenzy. Bring in Lava Runner. Grasp's actually really good. That puts us back up to 15. I think we stomp this just in case they hit Wizard's Lightning. It's more expensive to cast. If they have light up the stage, I don't want them to get value. And then, so the one good thing about red is you have an instant speed answer to cleave. Let's just try to get him dead now. Cleave is the way they kind of sneak out the win from us, so I think attacking them on that axis makes sense. Just gonna empty my hand here for castle. Attacking their hand doesn't make much of a difference with the frenzy out. I'm actually going to do this so it fizzles theirs. So then they can't cast the Bone Crusher. That's fine. Tome's a nice draw there. More insulation for our life total. Okay, Viashino. They go Lava Runner. Dragonfire's nice. I think we just naturally draw here. Oh, okay, this game's over. This game is over. So attacking in case they wanted to do some double block. Are they just gonna chain together all the burn spells they need? So I kind of regret not doing this. We could have gained 4 life. They are dead though. Yeah, they're dead on the crackback. So if I do this, I extinction event on odd, and then I pump this, it's exactly lethal. Unless we just draw another piece of removal. So if we do this, odd, pump up the jams. The Dimir one wasn't that good. So this deck kind of beats up on creature decks. We didn't really accomplish much on the ladder, just testing out decks today, but pretty much there. So I'm going to wrap this one up. We've been going almost an hour and a half with Obliterator. Let me know if you have any suggestions for the decks. I'll upload the Demir one, but honestly, if you're going to be playing these, play either of these. I've been putting a bit more work recently into the Orzhov version. I'm trying to figure out what we want as kind of the last card in the deck. So trying out this configuration now. We'll see how it goes. But I appreciate everyone stopping by. It was a great stream today. Stay safe out there and have a great one. Thanks for stopping by.